Okay, so the first of the houses that I had a look at is what I've changed into what I call the farmhouse. Now, I don't know what originally these would have been in mine colonies. I've never actually used mine colonies. So if you are a mine colonies person and you want to tell me what these originally are for, please go ahead, give me some love in the comments and give me some information. That'd be delightful. So, I've changed these into being farmhouse ones. This area originally was some path, some mud, some stone. The pre-generation does not like to make everything uniform. So I instead changed this all to path. I made the roof this sort of thatch so it mixes in with this. It's not the same type of thatch. The shingles here, when you create them or when you copy them like this in creative, then you actually get that specific shade that you're looking for. But as I'll show you here, if you grab it from here, they change what they are. And this is irritating, because then I don't get a choice over exactly what I get. I mean, I think they all turn into this purple one. I don't get to choose. It's constantly changing in my hand. So, I ended up just typing in thatch. And I just used the standard thatch box that I can find here. Now this one is the one that was cut off by the command botch. So what happened was there was a sky island up here. I ended up getting irritated with it. I tried to then remove it by using the console command of /fill, and then you put in your X, Y, Z that it starts at, then your next X, Y, Z. For the lower Y, when you do that, it starts where you are. I originally made it -10, realised it wasn't enough, thought I'd changed it to -30, but I'd actually changed it to -130, so it went right down into the ground where I was. This building was then slightly damaged. I then had to rebuild it, looking at the other building to try and get this about right. So the inside of this, there wasn't too much space, which made it easier for me. I was trying to put in a nice kitchen area. Sometimes I use these just standard kitchen counters where everything matches, or I'll use the other mods kitchen counters where they're then colour themed with what's going on. Tried to put in a cooking stove. Now I haven't put a specific oven in here, but I normally try to. There's a fridge, a toaster, toasters, and then the fireplace. Now this is the same fireplace as designed by them. By the generation. I've just changed it to these compressed bricks, which is what I've used for all of the chimneys throughout my village now. Except for the tavern ones, those are coke bricks. So compressed bricks are what I've pretty standard used across the place. Now I did add in a stair at the bottom to prevent you from going into the fire, and then added the cooking pot. Now I don't like the cooking pot being one in from the fireplace. If I'm putting a fireplace down and putting a cooking pot there, I like you to be able to walk up directly to it. But if you do that, it then gets a bit weird with then adding this extra block here. But I was also keeping the fireplace just as it was originally. So I do try to keep to the original templates for these places. I just try to improve them a bit. So that is the farmhouse. I completed this one first, and then I made the other farmhouse match. So as you'll see, it looks like a carbon copy. It just has yellow instead of red, and I didn't bother putting apples in. Now I have bothered putting apples in. So here we go. That is the little farmhouse and house. Okay, moving now on to the dining hall. Now, as you can see here, I've done a little bit more landscape work, and that's because I had some space between the path and the building. I wanted to put something there. I don't know quite if these water features work. I just wanted to do something to make it look like a better water feature, but I'm not fantastic at designing certain things. That's also why I tend to renovate villages, because then I can use the basis of what has been created before with these cool looks, and I then learn more about how to make better architecture in Minecraft by fixing up what's there before and learning how to use the bones and the structures of these other places. So if we go inside, I've made it pretty generic. This isn't, this hasn't been upgraded as much as some other places. What I did do in here is I did remove these supports that came from all these points. I've made it a bit more open plan. When you've got the struts coming from down, it makes it difficult to have walkways going between the tables. As you can see, I've done double spaced walkways, and that's because when I'm at restaurants, I like to be a good more than an arm's length away from other people, because I'm social like that. So in here we have all these tables. I've given them space between the chairs because I hate it when you end up then knocking your chair into someone else's. Although in Minecraft you don't have to pull them out. I've made this a Lucifer friendly restaurant. I mean, if it was completely Lucifer friendly, I would get rid of all the tables and just have one table for me and 3 other people. But I still needed this to be a dining hall. So it's as Lucifer friendly as it can be. We then have this much nicer fireplace and chimney. I really like the look of these, where you've then got that dark brick, because originally these were just stone, which sort of it was a contrast to the birch, but I much prefer it to be a much starker contrast. I quite like I'll show you from the roof. I quite like how you can definitely see the difference there. Now, I did have a problem where the fireplace that's down in there did not spawn enough smoke at the top. So, as you'll see in quite a few of these, they have a good amount of smoke. That's because I've put a fireplace a little bit down from the top so that you get a good amount of smoke. We've then got a kitchen area here, and I made a little storage area. Now, knowing what crates I put down here, I've tried to make sure that I have a growing area in this village for each of these type of products. So this is the dining hall.